There is another video about the basics of mole concept. The link is given in the description. Please watch that also. This type of questions what we do is we consider reaction of the type A moles of A plus B moles of B react to give C moles of C and D moles of D. So this the A and B are the reactants, C and D are the products. These small letters A, B, C and D are the stoichiometric coefficients. And now this equation is a balanced equation. So here the mole ratio in which A, B, C, D are reacting and forming, that is A, the ratio is A is to B is to C is to D. That is the mole ratio. So if you want to find out X moles of A will react with how many moles of B, what you have to do is take X by A is equal to Y by B. If you put the value of X, you will get the value of Y. If you put the value of Y, you will get the value of X. Similarly, if they react to give Z moles of C and Z dash moles of D, you can take that, calculate it by the equation, taking Z by C and Z dash by D. So if you know any two of these, you can calculate the other. That is how these calculations are done using mole values. But same case, you can use the mass relation also. Mass ratio is calculated by multiplying this one, A with the molecular mass of A, B with the molecular mass of B, C with the molecular mass of C, and D with the molecular mass of D. Then you will get the mass ratio in gram. You can use that mass ratio if the question is given in mass. A, B, C, D equation is there. So this is how we get the mass ratio. The stoichiometric coefficient number of mole into molecular mass. Let us take this as small letter M, A, MB, MC and MD are the mass ratios. So if you want to find out for X grams of A, how many grams of B is required, or from X grams of A and Y grams of B, how many grams of C is formed. There also you can use that relation, X by MA is equal to Y by MB is equal to Z by MC is equal to Z dash by MD. So using this equation you can solve such questions. The two special cases arising here is these concentrations X, Y, Z and Z dash about A, B, C, D will be given in molarity or in normality. Then you will have to convert these given values into mass or moles and then you will have to work it out. And we do such questions towards the end of this video. And there is one more possibility that A, B, C and D, they can be gases. When the reactants and products are gases, you know they obey Gay-Lussac's law of constant volumes. Then you will have to consider the volumes. X, Y, Z and Z dash will be the volumes. And we are doing some questions in that type also. How many grams of sodium hydroxide will be required to neutralize 12.2 grams of benzoic acid? This is an acid-base neutralization and we have to write the equation C6H5COOH. Acid reacts with the base giving C6H5COONA and H2. So this is from the stoichiometry, from the ratio in which they react. From that we have to solve this question. And here you see the equation is already balanced. So they react in the ratio 1:1. The ratio is 1:1. And this is the mole ratio. Mole ratio is 1:1. And now we have to find the mass ratio. The mass ratio is just number of moles into molecular mass. Number of moles into molecular mass. That will give you the mass ratio. So molecular mass of C6H5COOH. You know C6H6, benzene has a molecular mass of 78. So C6H5 is 77 plus carbon 12 plus 2 oxygen 32 plus 1 hydrogen 1. So 78 plus 12 plus 32 plus 1. NaOH, the mass is 40. So the mass ratio is, you have to add this. When you add that, you will get 122:40. That is the ratio. So if the ratio is 122:40, the other question is 12.2 what? So if X is to Y is the mass ratio that we have to calculate, then you can write X by 122 is equal to y by 40. Here x is equal to 12.2 gram given in the question. So you can write 12.2 by 122 is equal to y by 40. Here 12 and this cancels 10. So y is equal to 40 by 10 and the answer is 4. If 1 gram of a carbonate M2CO3 give on treatment with the excess of HCl produces 0.1186 moles of CO2, the molar mass of M2CO3 is. So let us take 0.01186 as 0.012. That's a little more simple to work out. And this is 1 gram of the metal. So 1 gram of the metal carbonate forms 0.012 moles of CO2. This is also an equation based question. So first we have to write the equation. It's a reaction between metal carbonates and acid. They form salt, water and brisk effervescence due to carbon dioxide evolution. You know M is a monopositive ion because it's M2CO3, so 2 MCl, 2 HCl and 2 H2. Right now what you have to know is 1 mole of M2CO3 forms 1 mole of CO2. So the mole ratio is 1:1. If you get 0.012 moles of CO2, 0.012 moles of CO2 is formed, then it is formed from 0.012 moles of M2CO3. So they are formed in the same ratio. The reaction is 1:1 ratio. And you know 1 gram of the metal carbonate was taken. So the mass of 0.012 mole M2CO3 is 1 gram. We have to find the molar mass. So we have to find the mass of 1 mole. You know the mass of 0.012 mole, you have to find the mass of 1 mole. For that, we have to divide this weight of 0.012 mole with 0.012. 1 gram by 0.012. So molar mass equal to mass of 1 mole is equal to 1 divided by 0.012. That is 1 divided by 12 into 10 raised to minus 3, and that becomes 83.3. The answer in the given options is option A. Assuming fully decomposed, the volume of CO2 released at STP on heating 9.85 grams of barium carbonate. Atomic mass of barium is given as 137. This is in mass, gram. From the gram of barium carbonate, we have to find out the moles of CO2 released. And from the moles of CO2 released at STP, you have to calculate the volume. So first we have to write the equation. This is second group, alkaline earth metal carbonates. When they are heated, they forms metal oxide and carbon dioxide. The mole ratio is 1:1. So how many moles of barium carbonate is there? If you can find out that much moles of CO2 will be released. So we have to find the molecular mass of barium carbonate. Molar mass is equal to 137 is the mass of barium plus mass of the carbonate ion. We are doing another video on that, how to find the molecular mass of compounds easily. Carbonate ion, the mass is 60. You can directly add these two, so that becomes 197 is the molecular mass. Number of moles of barium carbonate. Number of moles of BaCO3 is equal to 9.85 divided by 197, and the answer is 0.05. So 0.05 moles of barium carbonate. I told you that X by A is equal to Z by B. You can do that, but here A and B are 1, so X is equal to Z. Number of moles of CO2 formed is equal to 0.05 itself, because the ratio is 1 is to 1. Barium carbonate carbon dioxide ratio is 1 is to 1. So same number of moles of CO2 is formed, but it is formed at STP. So the volume of 0.05 moles at STP is equal to 0.05 into 22.4, because this is number of moles into 22.4, because 22.4 is the volume of 1 mole at STP, and the answer is 1.12 liters. The previous one was an APMT question, and this one is a Kerala PMT question, as just in the next year this question was there. Reaction between calcium and water to form calcium hydroxide is given. The equation is given. And see, what is the volume of H2 at STP formed from 8 grams of calcium? The question is very much similar. Mass of the calcium is given. From that you have to find out how many moles of H2 will be formed. From the moles you have to find the volume. So the equation is here. So this is in the ratio 1 is to 1. So number of moles of calcium reacting is equal to number of moles of H2 formed. Since they are in the ratio 1 is to 1. And number of moles of calcium is equal to weight by molecular weight, that is 8 by 40. And you know 8 by 40 is 1 by 5. 1 by 5 is 0.2 moles. So 0.2 moles of calcium is reacting. So number of moles of H2 formed is equal to 0.2 moles. Then volume at STP. Volume of 0.02 moles of H2 at STP is equal to number of moles into 22.4, and that is 0.2 into 22.4, and that becomes 4.48. But here the option is not in liters, it is in centimeter cube. So we have to convert this one into ml. That becomes 0.2 into 22400 ml. Here the volume is given in ml or centimeter cube. So we have to multiply the number of moles 0.2 with 22400 ml, and we will get the answer as 4480 ml or centimeter cube. This is another AIPMT question asked in 2005. The mass of carbon consumed at anode as CO2 in the production of 270 kg of aluminum from bauxite by Hall process. 270 kg, for time being we will take this 270 kg as 270 gram, and later we will convert the final answer into kilogram. That will be okay. The reaction involved in the conversion of bauxite to aluminum is Al2O3 plus C gives Al plus CO2. So we have to balance this. And 3 CO2, 2. 2Al, 2Al. So if you write 2, it becomes 4Al and 3 CO2, and this one becomes 3. So the ratio of carbon to mole ratio is 3:4. That is the mole ratio. So 3:4 becomes 3/4:1. Then we find the mass ratio. Mass ratio is number of moles into molecular mass. That is 3/4 into 12:1 into aluminum 27. And this becomes 9:27. See, from here itself you know the answer, because this is 9 gram is to 27 gram. This is the mass ratio. So 9 gram is to 27 gram. If it is 9 is to 27, then 90 is to 270. Then 90 is to 270 gram means 90 kilogram is to 270 kilogram. So 90 kilogram of carbon is required. You understand that. But still we are going into the method. I told you earlier, if this is x and y, sorry, if this is x and y, you can write it as x by 9 is equal to y by 27, and they have given this as 270, so y is 270, so x by 9 is equal to 270 by 27. When you cancel, it becomes 10. X equal to 90 gram right here, but since 90 gram forms 270 gram, 90 kg will form 270 kg of aluminum. So the option A is the right answer. 20 ml of methane is completely burned using 50 ml of O2. The volume of gases left after cooling. When 20 ml methane is completely oxidized using oxygen, that CH4 combines with O2 to form CO2 and H2. But when it is cooled to the room temperature to H2, that becomes liquid state. So CH4 will be completely oxidized, so no CH4 will be left. For the complete oxidation of 20 ml CH4, you need 40 ml of oxygen, because the ratio is 1:2. You know Gay-Lussac's law of constant volumes. When gases combine or when gases are formed in a reaction, they maintain a constant ratio of their volumes if the temperature and pressure are constant. Okay, so out of the 50 ml oxygen taken, 40 ml is used, so 10 ml of oxygen is remaining, and 20 ml of CO2 is also formed. No water is formed because it is in the liquid state. So 10 plus 20, 30 ml of gaseous products are remaining. If 30 liters of N2 and 30 liters of H2 are mixed and the yield is only 50%, and what is the concentration of gaseous mixture formed at the end of the reaction? Now we are going to write the equation. N2 plus H2 giving NH3, and now we balance it. N2 plus 3H2 giving 2NH3. So the mole ratio or the volume ratio is 1:3:2. So if 1 liter of N2 combines, it combines with 3 liters of H2 and it forms 2 liters of NH3. Right here you have 30 liters of N2 and 30 liters of H2. So if 30 liters of H2 is reacting, then you only 10 liters of N2 has to react along with that, and that forms only 20 liters of NH3. This is the normal case, but here it is mentioned that only 50% is the yield. 50% products are formed. Then only 10 ml is formed. 10 liters, sorry, not ml, 10 liters of NH3 is formed right here. For that, only 15 liters of H2 has to react. Hydrogen will be 15 liters, and here you will need only 5 liters of nitrogen, N2. Initially taken is 30 liters, so 30 minus 5, 25 liters of N2, 30 minus 15, 15 liters of H2, and 10 liters of NH3 are the mixture of gaseous products. Okay. (2.3 gram of formic acid and 4.5 gram of oxalic acid are treated with a concentrated H2SO4. The products are then passed through KOH pellets. What is the weight in grams of the remaining products? The reaction for formic acid is little bit different. HCOOH with the concentrated H2SO4 forms H2O plus CO. No CO2, so you have to find the ratio. It's already balanced. What is the mass of HCOOH? The mass of HCOOH is 46. 32 plus 12 plus 2, that becomes 46. Here the mass is 28. Now we have the mass of HCO2 taken is 2.3, so X is 2.3. X by 46 equals to Y by 28, and X is equal to 2. So 2.3 by 46 into 28 is equal to Y. You can do this in two methods. One, directly solve this equation. Otherwise, 46 is to 28. So half of 46 is 23 is to half of 28 is 14. So 2.3 is to 1.4. There also you will get the answer as 1.4 gram. Here also it is 1.4 gram. Okay, now we have to take the total. Now we are going to write the reaction of H2C2O4 with concentrate H2SO4. It forms H2O, CO2 and CO. But you know, H2SO4 will absorb H2O. The KOH will absorb CO2. So what is left? CO. And now we are going to find the mass ratio. H2C2O4. 2 plus 12 into 2 plus 16 into 4. That becomes 90. And 90 mass of CO is 28. So 90 is to 28 is the ratio. So if you take X grams, that is 4.5 grams of oxalic acid, that will form Y grams of CO. Now we are solving X is equal to 4.5, Y is equal to what? That's what we have to find. So X by 90 is equal to Y by 28. When you solve this, you will get 28 into value of X is 4.5 divided by 90, that's equal to Y, and you will get the answer as 1.4 gram. So you get 1.4 grams of CO when you dehydrate this oxalic acid with concentrated H2SO4. The total is 1.4 plus 1.4, 2.8 gram. 2.8 grams of CO2. Barium sulfate precipitated when mixing barium chloride 0.5 molar with the H2SO4 1 molar. So you know this equation. The reaction is BaCl2 plus H2SO4. They will form BaSO4 as the precipitate and 2HCl will be in the aqueous solution. Okay, all these let it be aqueous. But this one is solid. What is the mole ratio? 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 2. So 1 mole of barium chloride will form 1 mole of barium sulfate. 1 mole of H2SO4 will also form 1 mole of barium sulfate. But here you have to understand what they say is 0.5 molar. So what is the meaning of 0.5 molar? When you say 0.5 molar solution, it means 0.5 mole is present in 1 liter solution. So if you take 1 liter of barium chloride solution, that has 0.5 mole barium chloride or barium ions. And if you take 1 molar H2SO4 solution, then 1 liter will have 1 mole H2SO4. So 1 mole sulfate ions will be there, but out of that 1 mole, only 0.5 mole will react. That's the point. So 0.5 mole of barium will react with the 0.5 moles of sulfate, and that will form 0.5 mole of barium sulfate. But there is one very important point that we have to understand. Here 0.5 mole of barium sulfate is present, that's true, but now the volume of the solution has doubled. Because if you are considering 1 mole of barium chloride solution and 1 liter barium chloride solution and 1 liter H2SO4 solution, the volume is now twice the prior volume. So when the volume is twice, molarity reduces to half, because molarity is number of moles divided by volume. When the volume doubles, molarity becomes half. So 0.5 mole becomes 0.25 molar, because molarity is equal to number of moles by volume in liters. Whatever may be the volume, it doubles. So the molarity is 0.25 molar. $100 gram of calcium carbonate. You should know calcium carbonate has a molecular mass of 100. And 1 normal HCl. What is the weight of CO2 formed? 1 liter 1 normal HCl. Again we have to go back to that equation. Equation is CaCO3 plus HCl gives CaCl2 plus CO2 plus H2. Here you will have to find out the ratio in which CO3 is formed, and okay, 2 HCl should be there. So 2 CaCl2, okay, H2, everything is now balanced. So 1:2 is the ratio in which they react, and this is the ratio in which CO2 is formed. See, 100 grams of CO3 is 1 mole CaCO3. Once again, I am telling you, there is another video to learn the molecular masses faster. The link will be given in the description. HCl, again, 1 normal, 1 liter. What is normality? Normality, 1 gram equivalent is present in 1 liter, it is 1 normal. Number of gram equivalents present in 1 liter. For HCl, equivalent weight and molecular weight are same. So molarity is equal to normality. So 1 liter of 1 molar or 1 normal solution will have 1 mole of HCl or 1 gram equivalents of HCl, both are same. So 1 gram equivalents or 1 mole of HCl will be present in 1 liter, 1 normal solution. So moles of HCl will be 1. But the ratio is 1:2, isn't it? So all the CaCO3 will not react because the ratio is 1:2. If there is only 1 mole of HCl, only half mole CaCO3 will be combined with 1 mole of HCl. And that will form only half mole of calcium carbonate. And the mass of half mole calcium carbonate is number of moles into molecular weight of carbon dioxide, that is half into 44, and that is 22 grams. So the mass of carbon dioxide formed will be 22 grams. In all these questions, you should understand that you have to find the weight or number of moles from the molarity or normality given. And you can use 2 equations for that. Here I will tell you those 2 equations. Molarity. Molarity is the number of moles in 1 liter solution. So the equation is molarity is equal to number of moles of the solute by volume. So if you want to find out number of moles of the solute, the equation is molarity into volume. Here number of moles is weight by molecular weight. Volume, if it is in ml, you have to divide the denominator by 1000. So 1000 goes to the numerator. So volume in 1000 by V in ml. There if you want to find the weight, it is molarity into molecular weight into volume in ml by 1000. This is into volume in ml by 1000. The only difference between normality and molarity is instead of this molecular weight, you will be taking equivalent weight. That's why we say molarity into molecular weight is equal to normality into equivalent weight. Okay, these are the 10 major questions that were in the previous year question papers. So you have to practice it more. If you have any doubts regarding these chapters, you can mention it in the comment box. If you like this video, please subscribe and share it to your friends who are preparing for the different competitive examinations. Thank you.